Hi, welcome to my video on the operations on inequalities. Operations on inequalities by a positive number. When we mean operations, we mean we're talking about adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing are the operations. And we're talking about a positive number. Note, here's an inequality. 8 is greater than 4. Notice pointing to the right, so it's greater than. We're going to add 2 to both sides. So 8 plus 2 is greater than 4 plus 2. So we added 2 to both sides. That means 10 is greater than 6. And that's true. And since it's true, we don't have to correct it. Let's take the inequality again and subtract 2. So 8 subtract 2 greater than 4 subtract 2. 8 subtract 2 is 6 greater than 2. That's true. So we don't have to correct it because it's already true. Multiplying by 2. So we go 8 times 2 greater than 4 times 2. 16 greater than 8. Still true. What about dividing by 2? 8 divided by 2 greater than 4 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And that's true. So notice, if you take an inequality and add, subtract, multiply, or divide by a positive number, it doesn't change the inequality. It stays the same. Which one of the above are true or false? There's none. None of them are false because they're all true. Well, let's look at the operations on an inequality by a negative number this time. So notice I have the same inequality. 8 is greater than 4 for all of these, just to be consistent. Now I'm going to use 2, but this time I'm going to add on a negative 2. So we're going to take 8 and subtract 2 and greater than 4 subtract 2. So that's a 6 greater than 2. So that's true. What about subtracting negative 2? So 8 subtract negative 2 and 4 subtract negative 2. Double negative is positive, so that's a 10. Double negative is positive, so that's a 6. So that's true. Everything is true so far. Until now. Let's see what happens. We're going to multiply both sides by negative 2. So 8 times negative 2 greater than 4 times negative 2. Negative 16 greater than negative 8. Wow. But if we look at the number line and we got a 0, negative 16 is way over here and a negative 8 is right there. But a negative 8 is not greater than, negative 16 is not greater than negative 8. And negative 16 is less than. So this is false. So how do we correct it? So we say negative 16 is less than negative 8 to make it true. Let's divide by negative 2 and see what happens. 8 divided by negative 2 greater than 4 divided by negative 2. 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. And again, let's see. Negative 4, there's a 0. There's negative 4. There's negative 2. I tried to put all the numbers in. And as you can see, negative 4 is on the left. So again, this statement is false. And to correct it, I would have to say negative 4 is less than negative 2. So notice the false ones are when you're multiplying or dividing both sides by a negative number. So which ones are false above is C and D. What does that mean? When an inequality is multiplied or divided by a negative number, the symbol changes to the opposite direction. So what we're talking about, right here we had greater than, multiplying by negative, multiplying by negative 2, it became less than. When we divided by negative 2, the greater than became a less than. So, in inequalities, when you multiply or divide by a negative number, you change the direction. That means, let's continue. If each below is multiplied or divided by a negative number, so if I take A greater than B, no matter what A and B is, if you multiply or divide by a negative number, it becomes A less than B. The greater than becomes a less than. If you take this one, A is greater or equal to B, it becomes A is less than or equal to B. The numbers don't change. The A and the B stay in the same place, but this greater than becomes a less than. If A is less than B, then A becomes greater than B. And A is greater than or equal to B. So the number A and B stays in the same spot. The symbol that becomes less than, that becomes less than equal to, that becomes greater than, that becomes greater than equal to. So that's what we just practiced showing you on this page. So what we're saying is that if I have this situation, if I have 6 is greater than 1, and I multiply or divide by a negative number, I get, if I multiply by negative 3, I get negative 18, and I get a negative 3. But what happens? We know that that's negative 18 is going to be less than. So when you multiply or divide this inequality on both sides by a negative number or divide by a negative number, this greater than will become a less than. So there's an indication of what we're doing. But when we use letters, students sometimes get confused. So multiplying or dividing an inequality, both sides of an inequality, by a negative number, it changes direction of the sign. Just a little quick demo, because this is important when we do inequalities. So I just did it separate in a separate video to explain. If you like my video, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, the notification bell, and write a comment. If you're a subscriber, write a comment on my video if you wish. And don't forget to visit my math website at mathfullyexplained.com to find information about me, my videos, and the content that I'm going to put online. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.